Do you want to know what the subtle ways are that narcissists devalue you in conversation? By the end of this video, you're going to have 10 of them. So if you see any of these signs, then perhaps you might be with dreaded narcissist. Hi, I'm Rebecca Zung, and I have been recognized as one of the top attorneys in the country, and I've written 2 best-selling books, Negotiate Like You Matter and Breaking Free, a step-by-step divorce guide, and I've helped millions of people through this channel figure out how to get out of those lives of drama, trauma, and chaos to step into lives of freedom, possibility, and purpose. And if that sounds good to you, then go ahead and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. So let's talk about 10 ways that narcissists just subtly devalue you in conversation. This is not like a full-out devalue. Yes, they tend to do that too a lot of times, but this is an actual, just a subtle devalue where, you know, it's just like, that didn't seem good, or maybe I'm imagining it. It's almost like a gaslighting kind of thing to try to sort of make you think you're crazy, but they're just kind of subtly devaluing you at the same time. So the first way that they subtly devalue you is maybe have like an instant attack of pain somewhere, or they just generally seem sort of bothered, or kind of, they just don't have patience, you know, like you're starting to tell them something, you're really into it, it really means a lot to you, or you really want their input from something, and it's just, oh God, all of a sudden, I just have a rat, I thought there was a bug on me or something, oh gosh. Anyway, you were saying, and it's like you were like right in the middle of something really, really important, and they almost can like subtly sense like, oh, here I am, I'm about to say something that really means a lot to me, and they just kind of like subtly sort of like, I'm bothered, I have an attack, something's going on with me, you know, I suddenly have an itch or a headache, or I thought something was happening, and it's just like enough to kind of throw you off, and you're like, are you listening to me? But then, of course, if they have this sudden attack or whatever, and you say, oh, you're not listening. Oh, no, I just had an itch, or I just thought a bug was on me, or I just had a headache, or something happened. And so you're like, but you kind of notice that it sort of happens like every single time you're trying to tell them something, that they just had like suddenly have this sudden attack, or they just seem bothered or distracted, like they just, you know, aren't fully present. So that's number 1. So number 2 is that they hear something. They hear something outside. Oh my God, I thought that was this. Or I thought somebody was at the door. Oh, hold on a second. I thought I heard like an ambulance outside, or a big bang or something. And yes, that happens to people from time to time, but this is like kind of like it happens every time. Like every time you're talking, there's like something that distracts them from you and allowing you to make your point. The next one is that they remember something. They remember something that they need to look at. They remember something they need to do. Oh my God, excuse me, I need to go and look at the stove, or something is going on. And oh, I need to text this person something I just remembered. And you know, it's just all like a way to sort of like trip you up off your game so that you know, don't really get to make your point, because they don't really want you to have to make your point, or to get to make your point. They can want to subtly let you know that what you're saying doesn't really quite matter to them. And then, you know, kind of closely related is they need to look at their phone real quick. They need to see, you know, something that's going on. Oh, I just heard this beep. I need to go check it. Oh my goodness, I'm really waiting for this particular call. This is really important. I need to go grab this. So sorry. let me go check this, I'll be back. Something like that. And so there you are, you know, especially if you're making a point that's something that really means a lot to you, that's, you know, even more for them to want to, you know, kind of be distracted by that. And another video you can definitely check out is signs of narcissistic texting, and you can check out that video to see if the text messages that you're receiving are kind of indications of somebody being a narcissist. The next one is that they kind of forget something that you know that they should remember, like, oh, what was the name of your, you know, your friend again? I can never remember her friend, the name. Or when's your birthday again? You know, like they just forget a detail of something that they know is really, really important to you. And it just subtly devalues you right in that moment. And if you think that this is so wrong and that the words that you are saying to this person matter because you matter, I want you to write, I matter, in the comments right now. The next one that they do, and this is very typical of a narcissist, very typical, is they take issue with your tone or your verbiage, so that now the conversation is shifting. So if you're trying to say, even if you just say something like, it really hurts my feelings when you don't listen to me, you know, something like that, right? Oh my God, I can't believe that you said it that way. You're accusing me. You are yelling at me. I didn't like the way you said that. Why do you have to speak so loudly that all the neighbors can hear you? And you're like, I just said, it hurts my feelings when? Like I wasn't even yelling. You were definitely yelling. We should have had it taped, blah, blah, blah. And so now you're talking about how you said it, and you're finding yourself like, I'm sorry, I didn't say it that way, I didn't mean it that way. You're like defending yourself, you're trying to apologize, and you're just trying to get back to what it is that you were trying to say. But since they don't ever want you to get back there, now you're talking about, you know, how you said it, or the words that you chose, or something like that. So now the conversation has shifted to that, and that way you don't ever have to get to the point of whatever it was that you were upset about. Another one that they do all the time is they say, now's not a good time. You know, I'm busy, I'm with my friends, I'm tired. You always want to talk at a time that it's like so inconvenient. Why do you have to choose now? And then you'll say, well, when is a good time? Well, of course, never is the answer. It's never a good time. But that's not the point. The point is you chose the wrong time right now. And if you want to know more about a narcissist's favorite sayings, make sure you check out my video called Narcissist Favorite Sayings, and we'll make sure to drop a link to that below. The next one is not making eye contact. So you're trying to talk to them. It's another way of really just being distracted. You know, I can't pay attention to what you're saying because I'm like over here, I'm looking at stuff, I'm looking at things in the room. Oh my God, I never noticed that piece of lint over there. I'm sorry, what were you saying? You know, so not making eye contact is another one. And the next one is playing the victim by shifting the conversation back to them. You know, like, oh, you know, I understand that you're depressed. You know, I'm also depressed. And, you know, the last few weeks have been really, really hard for me. And, you know, I'm still dealing with these issues with my mother or my sister or my business partner or whatever. And suddenly you're now talking about how awful their lives are and how they are a victim. The last one is one-upping you. You know, my trauma is worse than your trauma. So if you're trying to say like, I don't really appreciate when you expose me or you put me down in front of other people. Can we not do that? Can we have a conversation that's private, maybe afterwards if you're upset with something that I've done? Oh my gosh, you don't even know. You think that this is bad. You think this is traumatic. You have no idea. You know, my father used to do this, that, and the other thing to me, and da 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 da. It's sort of like, you know, shifting the conversation again, but it's also one-upping you. It's also saying like, whatever it is that you're dealing with, I've had it worse. So whatever it is that you're dealing with, it really doesn't matter. And it's, you know, again, a way to devalue you. And this is certainly something that narcissists do when you're trying to negotiate with them. They do all of these things because here you are trying to present your case, trying to present your arguments, trying to present whatever it is that you're doing, and they're subtly devaluing you by, you know, not paying attention, by being distracted, by shifting the conversation, by taking issue with your tone, all of these things so that you don't get to make your points. And that's why it's really, really important for you to have a strategy and leverage and everything that I teach you in my Slay program. But I want you to start by getting my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet by going to winmynegotiation.com. That's one place that you can start. Another place you can start is by coming and joining me in my free private Facebook group called Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. So join me in my private Facebook group, grab my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet. Two places you can start for totally free, and will give you so much value. Okay, and if you like this video, make sure you like it. Go ahead, click like, and then make sure that you share it so that others can get this information, and also make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm so glad that you joined me here today in this video. I'm committed to giving you all the tools that you need to negotiate your best life, because today is a great day to start negotiating your best life. I'll see you in the next video.